We'd walk to church and back. She'd take my hand as we crossed College Avenue. "Even though we've been churching up like decent folk ought to," she'd say, "I don't want you to step in front of one of those too fast cars. You'll be as flat as a hen's tongue." She squeezed my hand. When we passed Mr. Kodinsky's hat shop, Miss Eula would always stop and look in the window at the wonderful hats. Then she'd sigh, and we'd walk on. We called those Sundays Chicken Sundays, because Miss Eula almost always had fried chicken for dinner. There'd be collard greens with bacon, a big pot of Hoppin' John, corn on the cob, and fried spoon bread. One Sunday at the table, we watched her paper fan flutter back and forth, pulling moist chicken fried air along with it. She took a deep breath. Her skin glowed as she smiled. Then she told us something we already knew. "That Easter bonnet in Mr. Kodinsky's window is the most beautiful I ever did see," she said thoughtfully. The three of us exchanged looks. We wanted to get her that. We wanted to get her that hat more than anything in the world. Stuart reached into the hole in the trunk of our wish tree in the backyard. He pulled out a rusty Band-Aid tin. The three of us held our breath as we counted the money inside that we'd been saving for weeks. "If we're going to get that hat for Miss Eula in time for Easter, we're going to need a lot more than this," I announced. "Maybe we should ask Mr. Kodinsky if we could sweep up his shop or something to earn the rest of the money," Stuart said. "I don't know," Winnie said fearfully. "He's such a strange old man. He never smiles at anyone. He always looks so mean." We all agreed that it was worth a try anyway. The next day, we took a shortcut. Down the alley in back of the hat shop. Bigger boys were there. They were yelling. Eggs flew past us and pelted Mr. Kodinsky's back door. Just as the boys ran away, the door flew open. Mr. Kodinsky glared straight at us. "You there!" he yelled. "Why do you kids do things like this?" You see the eggs splattered on his door? See? He's quite upset. And he thinks they did it. Was it them? There go the real culprits, the ones that did it. "It wasn't us," Stuart tried to say, but Mr. Kodinsky wouldn't listen to us. "All I want to do is live my life in peace." "I'm calling your grandmother," he shouted as he wagged his finger in Stuart's face. Miss Eula was waiting in her living room for us. "Miss Eula, we didn't throw those eggs," I sobbed. "Some big boys did," Stuart sputtered. "What were you doing at the back of his shop in the first place?" she asked. We knew we couldn't tell her the truth, so we just stood there and cried. She looked at us for a long while. "Oh, baby dears, I want to believe you. Heaven knows that I brought you children up to always tell the truth. If you say he didn't do it, if you say you didn't do it, then I believe you. It is too bad, though,